This is January 27th, and it's been brutal weather for days and weeks now, and uh, as if Minnesota or Minneapolis need more ice and more fridge weather. We have the ice, what do you call ice? Which are federal forces in invasion of Minneapolis and other city around the country. And, this is tragic death of Rene Good and the assassination of Alex Pretty, and I know the media always say they were U.S. citizen, as if you were not an American citizen. It was okay. And of course, those tragic, we cannot belittle that, are tragic to their family and everything else, but their coverage of their deaths is a little bit different. And everybody forgot about George Floyd and Costello and all those black and that they've been killed by the same police that claim that they are protecting Minneapolis from ICE. So, let's just throw this out there. I know it's not popular, but we need to know the police of Minneapolis is not gonna protect the people of Minneapolis, no, Walls or Frey or whatever. When you are really try to topple a rotten regime and corrupt, racist, fascist regime, and this is not a Trump thing. This has been going on. This is an American thing since Native American ethnic cleansing or slavery, slaughtering, and Jim Crow and Ku Klux Klan, and you're talking about uh, you know uh, the racist and Ku Klux Klan and young boys that are joining ICE. That's what happened to our police right after the civil, the civil war. war. A lot of people joined the police to go after escaped slaves and blacks, and it's been going on ever since. So what really, I was kind of try to stay out of this because it's just, too much talk about and I feel like I'm back in Egypt, worry about myself, my family, and my neighbors in my city from uh, police or kind of federal, what they call federal, is American police, uh, just for no apparent reason, violating law and doing what they do. But what really triggered me to talk about this is Thomas Friedman's has a column yesterday about you know. He's comparing what happened in ICE, what happened in Minneapolis to what happened in Gaza, and he's just this is an amazing thing that actually the Times published, and this big idea, man, comparing the that protest anti-ICE or whatever protest in Minneapolis to what happened in Gaza. This is his own town. He was born here, and raised in St. Louis Park, here in the Twin Cities, and he's comparing ICE uh, to to the Palestinian resistance of occupation and genocide and over 100,000 been killed, 90% of Gaza been destroyed, and there is ceasefire, but still Israel has been bombing every day in Gaza, and yesterday they raided Gaza cemetery, graveyard, dug out 200 graves. This is if Hamas or Palestinian or anybody done anything. He's just gone to a sanctuary, a graveyard, and digging in. And they couldn't really defeat the living Palestinians. They went after the dead, and the media, the media, uh, covered this event as if like a Black Hawk Down. It's like a heroic technological military industrial triumph over the backward traditional Arabs or Palestinians. This is how modern life telling us. This is we celebrate technology and advance, even if it was an advance mass killing machines. But anyway, what really need to compare what happened in Minneapolis and elsewhere around the country, not to the Times Square. I mean, we need to compare it to Tahrir Square, not what the Times Square and Thomas Friedman is flopping about it. And Tahrir Square, 15 years ago, actually January 25th, so that was a day or two ago, the 15th anniversary, you know. This is really what the protester in Minneapolis and around the world should look at and aspire by. But what happened to Tahrir Square 15 years ago, where millions of people marched from all over the country and occupied a public space and not living anywhere until their demand is gone. I've been in some of this protest here, and Me Too and Black Lives Matter and whatever, No Kings and people will just come with sign or dogs or SUV and they stay for a few hours or whatever and they leave. They start talking about what's for dinner, which restaurant we're gonna go to. And no, when you want to change, when the major change in the rotten political system, you go and protest and go occupy public places, and you stay there until your demands are met. And I know how cold and what happened uh, uh, Sunday, and how thousands of people went to the street and march and sub-zero. Was amazing. This is really reminds me what happened Tahrir Square, and but in the end, people would just go home, and so you're not going there for photo op or streaming or putting a video for yourself talking or whatever or cursing ICE agent. Yeah, I know you document all those things, and there is probably a legal procedure and still trust in the political system, and you still trust in your judicial system, and there is some of that. People need to put on trial, like what happened to the policeman who savagely killed George Floyd. But uh, if you're going to rely on the system, the people who are part in the system that they are oppressing and that they are doing the violence to save you, it's not going to happen. We go protest, we have sign, we have that, and then we go home. We put our sign in the garage next to other signs. But Tahrir Square, you go there ready to stay. Really, really, then if they're gonna come back, their family wonder about it. There is no internet. There is nothing there to know if your kid's loved one is still alive. So the parents will join in, or neighbor joined in, and And you don't just go drive in car, SUV. You just walk in the streets, and people join in, millions join in, and you just find out people from all over the world, all over the society, Christian, Muslims, left, right, communists, brotherhood. Everybody was there, and you stay there until your demands are met. And then you don't listen to walls of fry that tell you calm down and don't go to 26 and Nicolette and avoid this. What do you mean avoid this? There's somebody been shot and killed, an assassination style in the back of his head. And he was veteran. He was a nurse. And he tell people to calm down. When we gonna revolt? When we gonna resist all of this? Calm down, and then what? So this is amazing that actually is really what's happening there. That Trump sending their really not Trump, Trump is just people using cover up to really test Minnesota and see if this will can happen elsewhere, of ethnic cleansing and mass deportation. It happened here before, when deported millions of Mexican, almost 1 million. But this is a very American thing. And American history is full of this type and of racist, nationalist violence that done under the law, by name of the law, and follow the law, and this is the law, and the First Amendment, and Lewis has the right to have a gun, and the First Amendment has the right to protest, and the Fourth Amendment, and when you go on to protest and change all of this is not going to save you. First or second or fourth or 20th. I mean, what's going to save you 24th maybe of impeaching incompetent administration. But I've been in Tahrir Square many times, and I've seen people coming to really ready to stay, ready to be hurt, ready to be snatched away and never hear from them again, ready to be shot. And that's what topple 30 years of dictatorship. So 18 days of occupying a public space like Tahrir Square topple 30 years of dictatorship. And the people learn how to survive, how to get together, how you use a traffic sign, like stop sign as a protection shield, and how to wear a scarf and soak it in vinegar to avoid the smoke of tear gas, and how you stay together, and everybody has a role. You have a field hospitals. You don't ask for permission to save somebody bleeding and dying in her car. You don't ask the police for permission. As a doctor, you just go and save the poor woman. And that's the problem. We keep asking permission for the same people who are oppressing us and picking up us and going after brown people, going after the vulnerable, going after family, children will be snatched, and this is, and we keep saying this is like Hitler did, and what he did to Jewish kids and other kids in Europe. No, children be snatched here from hospital and schools here in America. So we don't have to go far away and keep always dump it on Hitler and that's in Europe. And no, it's happening unless we look at in the mirror and this is really an American things, not really a Nazi things or other things. Yeah, they learn from us. They learn from Hitler was fascinated by what the American done and the white race and the new promised land, and what they've done to blacks, and how they have done their ethnic cleansing and all of this. So, you don't look at Thomas Friedman and the Times Square, his Times Square at the time. You look at Tahrir Square. This is really it's a model for how you topple rotten regimes by millions of people showing up and staying in public places and occupying it. You don't let those idiots coming from, militia, military, federal militia come and occupy your city. You have the right to defend yourself. You have the right to defend yourself. And your police is not going to defend you. Your police's job is to protect the establishment, to arrest you. Don't forget, Minneapolis police was the one who actually killed George Floyd and Costello and all of this. No, they're not going to protect you. And Walz is sending the National Guard. I don't think Walz knows what he's doing, and he's just doing whatever been told. So it's just kind of. I don't want to be harsh on the wonderful people who protest in the streets in Minneapolis and cold weather and but this is not going to do it. This is not good. This is serious. This is not a village idiot. Is just sending his militia hero there. This has been in the making for years, and how people, racists and the Heritage Foundation and Citizen United and Corporate America, all of those people try to take this country back and reverse all this what we gained in the last 50, 60 years, and talking about the the big deportation, 100 millions of her number, to bring this country back to being Christian and white. You have to deport 100 million people. And I know this sounds bizarre and outrageous, but the idea is there, and it's been talked about it for a long, Project 25th and all of this. It's been, it used to be underground and can't talk about it. Now it is, you can actually talk about it in a think tank and Times and the media will talk about it. There is a possible idea and so this is really. I mean, I went to Tahrir Square uh, right after. Uh, Toppling Mubarak, few months right after the country still in turmoil and the police vanished and the military was lurking from afar. So it really was not nobody in control except the people control Tahrir Square, and every Friday there is a 1 million march of different groups and I asked the taxi to take me to Tahrir Square. And Egyptian, when you ask them for direction, they'll give you opinion. Oh no, don't go there. Oh, but this is very. You come in wherever. And so I walked around. The street was very quiet. Nobody around. Dogs and cats just roaming the streets and trash everywhere. And I walked to Tahrir Square, and it was gated. Barbed wired everywhere. You cannot get in. And my house is just across across the other side of Tahrir Square. And there was a big bearded man on the gate, and I asked if my house right there, and I just came from the airport, and I would like to just go through it. He said, "Where did you come from?" And I said, I'm coming from America." And he said, "America? Wow." And he started talking about Silmiya, Silmiya. I said, "War Silmiya here or Silmiya here?" I'm not doing anything. And he said, "I'll let you in, but you are on your own. I mean, I cannot secure your exit." But anyway, and still the smell of smoke, and I can look at the Tahrir Square and I can hear the chanting that millions of people have in Egypt during this time: bread, freedom, and social justice. عيش, حرية, and عدالة اجتماعية. So if you really want to change in this country and change the rotten political system, and people tell you, uh, call your Congress and wait for midterm. This is not a customer service problem. This is political major problem we are facing now, and everybody really need to wake up and look at Tahrir Square, not Thomas Friedman Square. Well, this is all the rant I'm going to say today. And, please follow, become a member, and help us in doing this Substacks at Ahmedia TV. And would be appreciated. Any help would help. And we'll see you next rant.